United would drop down to the Europa League tonight, but that may not be the biggest story in Europe tonight. In Paris, the game has been abandoned. Nasser Al-Khalifi, the PSG president, in conversation with the officials. The game has been suspended right now. The Istanbul Başakşehir players walked off the field about 25 minutes ago, accusing the officials, the match officials I should say, of racist language. The latest we are told is that the match will recommence in about 10 minutes' time. More on that very shortly. And the rest of the half-time goals after this. We've reached half-time in 5 of the 6 late games in the Champions League. Sevilla are 2-up in France against Rennes. It's 1-1 at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Krasnodar. It's finished in Group E. Lazio and Dortmund are through. Lazio getting the point they needed against Club Brugge. Dortmund coming from behind to beat Zenit. Goalless in Kiev between Dynamo and Ferencvaros. Juventus are 2-up in the Camp Nou. One more goal would see them through as group winners tonight. Manchester United trail Leipzig by 2-0. But as you can see there, the match between Paris Saint-Germain and Istanbul Başakşehir has been suspended. Now, the reason the game has been suspended, midway through that first half, the Istanbul Başakşehir players walked off, accusing the match officials of using racist language. Now, before we talk about this, let's just see if we can hear what has caused this to happen. Well, it was pretty clear what Webbo thought he had heard the officials say. Ruud Gullit, Didier Domi, Nigel de Jong are in the beIN Sports studio. Nigel, reaction?
Well, you know, first of all, it is a really bad situation that the game has to be suspended because of a racial slur, first of all. Second of all, you know, we've been going back and forth about racial slurs over the last couple of weeks, months, in a time that it is so inappropriate at the moment. And what you can clearly hear, I hear the audio as well. And allegedly, he said the N-word, what Webbo is also referring here to. And if he said it in whatever language he thinks he is saying it, might be normal for him, it's a no-go. And you can see the players as well. You know, we all have to play with different kind of skin colors, and you know, the word in place in this type of level as well. It's just an absolute disgrace, you know, if he said it as a fourth official as well. And you can hear it loud and clear. Nowadays you hear everything on the pitch because there's no fans in the stadiums. You know, there are 100 cameras, there are 100 mics on the pitch. So you have to be careful what you're saying, even as a referee. Not let alone the players, but as a referee as well. And you can see the way how he's standing there as well. He's in trouble because he said the word. And you know, I think he admitted it as well, and of course in his defense he said it in a way that it was maybe normal in his language. Nevertheless, you cannot say the word, and that's why Webbo is so upset as well. So yeah, we just have to see how this play it out. I think it's a good statement from the Başakşehir players to go off that pitch and resume the game, because you know the match has to be played.
One thing we heard that you haven't is Demba Ba, trying to play peacemaker, said to the official, "Why would you call our player the black guy? You would never say the white guy. You're only referencing our player's skin colour because he's black." Ruud Gullit is watching from his home in Amsterdam. Yep. What did you make of what happened, and how would you feel if you were on the field yourself there? Would you have walked off?
You know, it's of course it's a disgrace. I am in a commission in Holland. It's called the Minot Commission. It's a commission called for the first black player ever played for the national team. And our national federation asked the commission to help how to deal with racial slurs and how to deal with racial situation in a certain environment. So the federation asked us to help us in order to make the federation more diverse. And so this is a very actual thing for me. I am here every day. We talk with each other. We have already meetings with our federation. And our federation wants to be the first to acknowledge it and also to change it. Because if you want to change racism, if you want to ban it, you have to ban it from the top and not from underneath. So I am curious to see how the UEFA will handle this fact. The good thing is that both teams went up. They showed solidarity. That's the good thing. And now we have to see how this is gonna end after this match and how the UEFA is handling it. Our federation, the Dutch federation, is already starting with it. After also racial slurs and behavior in a match also in Holland. So we are now dealing with it, and we want to deal it from the top. So, and so a lot of people still in a lot of houses, a lot of countries who say, racism, I don't see it. It doesn't mean that it's not there when it's not in your neighborhood. It means only that you have to open up, you have to acknowledge it, and you have to deal with it. And the most important thing is that you give people a chance in society. A lot of people don't even get a chance. So the Federation in Holland wants to give minorities, but also other minorities, as lesbian, gay people, women, especially because also in our federation we don't have a lot of women in our federation. So for that reason, we try to be the first one to change that.
We're told the match will resume very shortly. Didier Domi, of course, played in the Parc des Princes. It was his home stadium. We'll get your thoughts straight after this. We'll also get you back over to Germany for the second half of Leipzig-Manchester United, but we have not heard the end of events in the French capital. A shocking story tonight.